Hello everyone, welcome back to Pokemon X Y Wi-Fi battle, and I know it's also taking kinda long, but I kinda got over some things, and I'm kinda ready for a Pokemon narration thanks to NBZ and Shofu. These two guys kind of inspired me to get back to work, and I'm here bringing you a battle against a friend of mine called Christoph. He's one of the best trainers, one of the best battlers that I've ever battled in this game, because he gave me a very exciting match. Because, do you know why, ladies and gentlemen? You saw that Latias on that team, and you all know that Latias, being a very severe and very serious opponent, you know that Latias is not about, shitting around. That Latias is very serious, and he's got a very serious team on his side. So that thing goes for the hypnosis, which I am very lucky and grateful that he missed. Kind of unlucky for you, Christoph, but this is the battle. So he goes for another hypnosis. I hide behind the substitute, because if I know something, especially hypnosis, they will want to get that hit on my Pokemon. So I go for the substitute to be out safe. Now comes Swampert. I love that thing. I adore Swampert. If anyone has been watching my Gen 5 moves, Gen 4, sorry, you will know how much I love Rugaji. For any Japanese friend of mine that is watching this battle. So I go for another foul play, because I know that there's an earthquake coming my way, so I try to get it as low HPA I can. So it doesn't have leftovers, so I'm thinking maybe a Rendo Berry. You never know what these things pack. I mean, I was once tricked by a Garchomp, a Swampert with a Rendo Berry. So it has a life orb, would you believe, ladies and gentlemen? So that thing is a full-on offensive Swampert. Christoph, you get a full thumbs up for using a ballsy plus, offensive Swampert. So I go for the Skarmory, because I can avoid the earthquake and I can take any physical hit whatsoever. And he's smart. You know what, guys? Christoph is smart and goes for Florges, because I can take this shit down anytime you want. That's what he said to me. You got Skarmory, I got Florges. I can take that shit down anytime I desire. So Pecha Berry, very smart, very, very, very smart. But I have a Steel Wing, and it will be super effective. And I do have a bit of HP, attacking AVs in that thing, so it will not take a Steel Wing very well. So I'm predicting the switch, which he did switch. So I was like, I should go for the Roost, something like that. I'm not sure. So I go for another Steel Wing, just to kill that thing and get it out of the way. And it's a Klefki, and Klefkis do not kill stuff immediately. So I have to switch this thing right out of the way, and I have to send in my Volcarona. He has a red card, which is cool. So I have to switch out my Volcarona into my Spartan, because she can take Thunder Waves any time of day. She eats electricity, she eats poison, she eats anything she wants. She can even eat fire. Hell, she can breathe it out if she wants to. So Reflect, a very smart move from my friend Christoph. Predicting the physical type move, and it doesn't do anything. So he manages to set up Toxic, and my Spartan, she eats another venomous, spitting toxic venomous thing, and she will be able to destroy the Klefki, which is good, because I did not want any one of my team members paralyzed, which is okay. But she managed to poison my main physical sweeper here, so it's not that great. So out comes Latias, and I'm sure he probably knows that I'm locked into a choice band, so he can go for a free Draco Meteor, and I'm gonna go into Alicia Keys, because she can actually eat that thing up. I mean, meteors fall on my keys, and she doesn't care, because she's like Fairy is immune to Dragon Lol, so he has to switch out into another Pokemon, and that thing is going to be preferably Florges, because it can take any fucking thing it wants. So I go into a substitute, because I can for some reason, apparently, and Florges is not that great of a matchup against my favorite type, so it goes for a Wish. English, or just speaking English, not Iranian, not Greek, not Spanish, not Russian. You're going for English. So I didn't do that whole much. That was a critical hit, but that was behind a Reflect. So anyway, quick theory thing. Comment down below. Does a Reflect, does a light clay hold hold the reflect and light screen up for 8 turns, even if it doesn't faint, even if it's switched out. I'm not sure. So I'm going to threaten this thing with a Scolipede, and I know that my collector will definitely stab this flower and kill it and bring it to the end. Anyway, so the thing is that he gets a wish off, which is brilliant, and he gets an aromatherapy off, which is even brillianter. So I know that he's going to switch out, so he switches out his Florges, and I'm thinking that Crobat's coming back in so I can paralyze this shit. And ladies and gentlemen, I predicted correctly. Who knows? I actually predicted correctly. Whoa! So he goes for the switch out because he knows that Crobat won't be taking the substitute very well. So he can afford to he can afford to paralyze, toxic, burn, put this thing to sleep. Florges doesn't care because it's got aromatherapy, It goes for a massage, a sweet massage with aromas, candles, and soft music, and this thing will cure itself because, it's Florges, it's a fairy, it's a brilliant fairy, but my fairy is so hacksy that even behind the Rhydon doll, it will cause some trouble for this fairy thing. So I'm gonna go for the Torment because I want to mix its moveset up a bit, but I'm gonna change it for a Fair Play. What the hell? Too much Premier League. So I'm gonna switch it up for a Rough Play because I am up against dragons, and some of my opponents tend to lock themselves into an outrage. So I can return a Play Rough just in case they are stupid enough to stay in. And if they don't, I can predict the switch, which is 100%, and paralyze them. So I paralyze this thing again, and it gets parahaxed again. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you know? This world is very weird. And, mathematics and statistics, they will paralyze you to death, because that's what my Klefki is about. Now, I am behind the sub, and I'm sure that I cannot do a whole lot. But this thing will go for a wish, and that is a perfect opportunity I've been looking for to switch in my Skarmory, because I know that I can definitely destroy this Florges. And my friend Christoph, he's very threatened by the Florges, so I go for the Steel Wing, but this will do nothing to the Swampert. Actually, as a matter of fact, I miss, and he brilliantly positions the Swampert, and I'm like, is there any way to take down the Swampert? And 4th Geners and 5th Geners know that the only way to take out a Rugaji is if you can actually poison it and wear it down to toxic poison. So, thing is, I am going to be snorting in front of the camera, my past self will, and I will be roosting because I can take any, I can take waterfalls all day long. And if I'm back to sturdy and you decide to switch out, that's great again, because, we want the sturdy and type and stuff. So, anyway, he makes my bird fly even higher, and my Skarmory won't appreciate stuff, so he's getting worn down to toxic in Life Orb. He will have to switch out apparently, so I get in pre-roost, and he has to switch out the Swampert, meaning that he has to go into the Greninja, and I'm like, fuck this shit, I'm not going to go in. It's a black Greninja, the shiny variant, so I go for 3 spikes because I predicted the switch, kinda. So he goes for Smackdown, and I'm like, haha, that won't be enough to kill my Skarmory, and I'm like, this is my Steel Bird of Doom, and he's like, no, crit hacks, and I'm going to kill your Bird of Doom, so I have no physical wall, and that Florges is going to be fucking problemish. So, he has to switch out his Greninja because he's still Rock type, because Protean, I can suck the health out of that thing. So, what is the best counter for my Mungus? And that is a Crobat, and I do not appreciate that thing at all, so I have to protect, scout, see what it's gonna do. Think, maybe he might go for the Hypnosis, but he will go for the Hypnosis, but I'm thinking he wants to put my mushroom to sleep, and I'm like, man, if you sniff my mushroom, you're the one that's going to go sleep. So Spartan can take any status move because she is kinda poisoned and stuff, so she doesn't care, and she's like, poison, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and that is very important because, you'll soon see why. And except for poison, she gets confused because she's like, is this poison or cereal? So Crobat kind of tricks her and confuses her. So I predict the switch into something else, and I go for the Earthquake, which is kind of okay and stupid at the same time. So I want to switch out my Spartan because I really need it for later, and I'm gonna go into my Alicia keys because I completely won this Hanama each. So Crobat puts all his focus to actually slam my keys into the face, but you know I'm steel type and resist any kind of move like that. So you things look kind of good, and he knows that I resist this thing, so I'm gonna actually try and take it down. So he sends out his Florgus, knowing that he can take some shit down. And since I got one layer of spikes, I know I have an advantage because when Volcarona comes in, shit goes down. Florgus cannot completely touch my Volcarona, so I get the free Quiver dance. So I go dancing, my moth goes dancing, and it's so fucking frantic that I go for the substitute because, you know, he might want to put me to sleep and stuff. So he's like, fuck sleeping, I'm going to kill you with a Brave Bird, because Brave Bird is an egg move while crossing Crobat with another flying type. So dropping the Russian accent because I like you Russian guys. If you're Russian and you're watching this, bless you man, because I love you guys. You have the most beautiful women in the world, and my heat wave is going to kill this Crobat whatsoever. So Crobat dies, doesn't appreciate the heat because, you know, Quiver Dance and heat and Life Orb is not going to take shit. And ladies and gentlemen, Latias might, you know, this thing must be a choice scarf. Latias, because if it was Specs, it would have killed me. So this thing throws meteors in my moth, and I'm like, according to the Pokedex entries, I actually resisted a meteor mash, a meteor destruction, and Latias is special defensive, and I managed to kill it with a bug buzz, which is friggin' awesome. And I was like, oh my god, I killed that thing, which is awesome, and I'm like, oh my god. And last but not least comes this. By the looks of things, a physical Greninja. So physical Greninja might be doing a lot of pain to my team. And why is this Russian accent coming back? So Greninja goes for the spin and goes for Shadow Sneak, which is very weird because I expected the Water Shuriken, but then gets burnt because touches my flaming moth with flame body. And anyway, so Greninja suffers severe burn, and I send in my big mushroom thing. So I switch in my mushroom thing and I send in my mythological creature, which is Spartan, which is the daughter of Leonidas itself. So this thing goes for Shadow Sneak and does completely peanuts because it is minus attack because of burn. So I have poison, he has burn, and I can take poison because it's Spartan. So I have to cut the Russian accent because I'm terrible. So this thing goes for Shadow Sneak, and I'm like, you took it. You know, critical hit. It's like shooting Sylvester Stallone. Even a critical hit to the heart will kill Sylvester Stallone. Watch the Expendables. Watch the Expendables, ladies and gentlemen, and you will know where this Garchomp came from. So, out comes Florgus, and I'm like, I was debating to myself, I knew that I could sweep his entire team, but the thing is, Christoph, could my Spartan survive poison? Because I have choice bent, and again comes the Russian accent. I love you guys, that's why I'm actually, I'm kind of drunk as well, I'm kind of hammered, so, you know, this Russian thing comes out, and it poison 5 HP, my Russian Spartan thing survives with 5 HP, his spikes in Life Orb and poison will kill a Swampert. I love this thing, but it has to die, so apparently I kill this thing. Spartan survives with another poison thing. So this is good. Christoph, you are a very good adversary. I hope to battle you again soon, so you better watch this battle, otherwise I will kill you with nukes and missiles, because we will invade the US someday. You know, that thing's bound to happen, so if you're American, fear. No, I'm actually kidding. I read a lot of conspiracy videos and stuff. So anyway, aside from the satires, I hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and I'll be posting a new one quite soon. Goodbye.